This is Football Friday, sponsored by Trusted Choice, Dakota Bank, South Dakota Department of Health, and South Dakota State University.
You're watching Football Friday on Thursday on Dakota News Now.
Nicely done by the Parkston
Always
cheerleaders.
impressive. That's a lot to say.
It is, and that's my favorite thing to say. Football Friday on Thursday. The weather, by the way, is much nicer this week for our Football Friday on Thursday. I'm Mark Ovenden, and we are glad to be here tonight.
Yeah, we pretty much got football every day this week. I'm Zach Borg. Last night was busy in Minnesota. Tomorrow it's Iowa, and we have highlights from 17 South Dakota games tonight, including playoffs in 11B and all the 9-man classes. So let's get going.
We start our coverage in the top three 11-man classes, where it was the final night of the regular season for these guys and all those
Powder
teams.
Blues.
The best team in the state on any level, the Lincoln Patriots. Watch this. It's coming right at me.
Get out of the
and
way.
Jack Smith saves me. He makes the touchdown catch after a blocked field goal, and it's 7-0. Another touchdown pass, this time to Isaac Jarofsky. First play after a long punt return. That makes it 13-0. And they figure, the running back said, let us get into the action a little bit. Josh Myers from the shadows into the end zone. Another touchdown. It was 20-0 when I left. Your final score, 55-7. Lincoln continues to roll. Now, the game of the night was just south of town, number 2 against number 3 in 11 AAA, and our Cooper Seamer was there. Coop?
Yeah, Mark and Zach, this had potential for a good old-fashioned shootout with O'Gorman at Harrisburg. Both teams can score some points, and they were playing for home field advantage in the playoffs that start next Thursday. Harrisburg will put together a nice drive here, their opening drive. Sam Knuth is going to cap it off with a nice 4-yard run off the edge. The Tigers go up 7-0 early on. But O'Gorman would string together their own long drive. This time it's Maverick Jones pushing and fighting his way forward for the score, and we're all level at 7. But this game was dependent on big plays, and the Tigers would get that as Josiah Hines here breaks through the defense, finds green grass, and he goes about 55 yards for the score. Harrisburg hangs on to win at home, and they get home field advantage with a 19-17 win. Zach?
Thank you, Cooper. The 4th-ranked Lynx of Brandon Valley hosting Washington, trying to improve to 6-3. Finished the season that way. First quarter, Brandon Valley already had 7-0. Lynx driving. Jack Thuy dropping back and finding Davian Bonwell-Whitty. Did he catch it in bounds?
Yep.
After a little conference, the referees say, yes, sir. Makes it 14-0. Later in the first, Brandon again. This time Thuy going to Landon Dulaney, who will do the end zone with the stretch. It's 21-0. Still in the first quarter. Lynx on the punt return. It's Dulaney. He will return the punt for the touchdown, catching it at midfield and putting on some moves, getting a nice block right there as well. Nobody stopping him. Nobody stopping Brandon Valley either. They take this one via the shutout, 49-0. And in the nightcap over at Howard Wood Field, it was the 5th-ranked Jefferson Cavaliers against Roosevelt. Jefferson striking first in the opening quarter with this design play. Ethan Swenson will roll right and will throw to his left to Edward Whitting, who will follow his blockers into the end zone for the score. Cavaliers with the touchdown to go up 7-0. Fast forward to the second quarter now. Score 14-6. Roosevelt hanging in there. Jackson Brower to Jackson Grevengood for the touchdown. Rough Riders tied things up at 14, thinking upset of their West Side rivals. Would not be, though. Jefferson on the 9-yard line. Ethan Swenson finds Jace Unzen for the touchdown. Cavaliers get the lead back, and they go on to win a good one. 28-21 the final. Let's take a look at those scores again. In 11 AAA, Lincoln once again, Brandon Valley, Harrisburg, and Jefferson.
To Class 11 AA, where 3rd-ranked Titans of Tea Area hosting number 4 Watertown. Well, looked like a great matchup on paper. Cole McKinney with a pair of early touchdowns, and it's 12-0 in favor of the Titans, and the cheering section was having a lot of fun with that. However, this is Mr. Electricity. Juven Hudson, 49 yards. He rips one up the middle, and suddenly it's a ball game, 12-7 until this play. How about a statement touchdown by the quarterback, Brenner Conrad? Watch, there's nobody open, so he runs. And watch what he does at the end. He puts his shoulder down and bulldozes his way into the end zone for the touchdown. They go on to win. Final score, 31-15 in favor of the Titans. Your scores in 11 AA. Pierre wins big. Yankton does as well. Tea Area. And there's your Lincoln score over Aberdeen. Up next, it's Class 11A. And then we dive into the postseason for everybody else.
Welcome back to Football Friday, sponsored by Trusted Choice, Dakota Bank, South Dakota Department of Health, and South Dakota State University.
And welcome back for more 11-man highlights, starting with 11A in the regular season finale. The top-ranked and unbeaten Coyers of Dell Rapids try to complete a perfect regular season against Dakota Valley, and they had some fun at this game tonight, although Dakota Valley with a touchdown here, the run by Jackson Boonstra, and it's just an 8-6 game. But after that, it was the Mason Stubbe show. The senior gets outside, puts a mean stiff arm on his defender, and he is... Look at the cutback. He is gone for the touchdown. Stubbe, get this line. 12 carries, 272 yards, and 4 touchdowns after a punt. Stubbe again is going to throw off a defender, and he outruns everybody. That's why his stats were so gaudy. An incredible night for this young man. Top-ranked Dell Rapids rolls 53-18 was your final score.
Second-ranked Trojans of West Central were back on their home field in Hartford against Milbank, tied at 7 in the first quarter. When I got there, Jet Sarda quickly unties it with an 18-yard touchdown run to make it 14-7. After a stop, the Trojans get it right back, and they get their cheerleaders fired up again by taking to the air. Caden Alfson off the fake, drops it in the bucket to Trevin Price. Price is right, 21-7. Milbank would not get many more points in this game as West Central scores 35 in the first quarter. There's Sarda for 73. They roll 64-13. They finally got one right at me for this touchdown run.
Wow, he needs oxygen after that. Yeah. That's a long run. The fourth-ranked Chargers of Sioux Falls Christian have been getting better each week, and tonight they hosted the high-flying Lennox Orioles. We were scoreless until they got just what the doctor ordered. Jacob Doctor with the interception. And that sets up the offense, and they would take advantage of it. Cole Snyder on the reverse, around on the 15-yard score, and it's now 7-0 in favor of the team. I love those uniforms. Those are quite sharp. And then Lennox would muff the kickoff. They get it back. Braden Whitty gets the ball. He would score, and the Chargers go charging to a 42-14 victory tonight at the Bob. Those scores in 11A. Again, those Dell Rapids, West Central, Canton won big, Sioux Falls Christian 42-14.
Let's get into the playoffs. 11B, the Mustangs of Tri-Valley made their presence felt on opening night when they lost in triple overtime at top seed winner. Tonight they host St. Thomas More. Check this play out. First quarter, Cavaliers inside the 5. Lee Negebauer pressured, throws at the end zone. Brody Dibvig snags it with one hand for the interception. Move ahead to the second quarter. The Mustangs now up 3-0. Much different result for Negebauer on the run this time. Throwing a bomb to the back of the end zone and finding Peyton Young for the touchdown. St. Thomas More up 7-3 at half. All Mustangs in the second half, though. Eli McFarland caps a long opening drive with a 1-yard sneak. Tri-Valley pours it on, and they advance 24-7.
All right, the defending champion Huskies of EPJ hosting the Tigers of Groton area in the first round of the 11B playoffs. This is Lane Teets dropping back and hitting Ashton Fairbanks. Nice catch there. Oh, it's picked off. And it's returned into Groton territory by Ashton Fairbanks. Advanced to the second half now. He throws again, avoids pressure here, and Garrett Merkley taps his toes for a sweet interception, and that leads to Keaton Gale hitting Merkley for the touchdown, shakes off some tacklers, takes it in for the touchdown. EPJ all the way. 48-13 was your final in that one. Your scores in 11B. Winner, a shutout. Sioux Valley, a big win. Hot Springs, a big win. And EPJ as well, along with Dual, Tri-Valley, Roncalli over Wagner, and Rapid City Christian.
That was a road win.
Socket the other day. They beat them tonight, 36-7.
That was a road win, too.
The Parkston Trojans are number 1 in Class 9 AA. We'll see how they did tonight when we come back.
Welcome back to Football Friday, sponsored by Trusted Choice, Dakota Bank, South Dakota Department of Health, and South Dakota State University.
And welcome back to the show as we move into the postseason for Class 9 AA. And we start with the defending state champions from Wall, the Eagles hosting Kimball White Lake tonight. And our cover kid, Burke Blasius, pitches back. Nice play right there as he pitches back to his brother, Jace. Takes it down near the goal line, and then Jace is going to cap the drive and take it in. Low-scoring game. The Eagles get the win tonight. Nice pitch by his brother. Final score, 22-6 in favor of Wall as they advance.
Love their facility on the interstate, by the way.
All right, it's been a great season for the Parkston Trojans. Cordell Wright was on hand tonight to see if they could complete an undefeated season.
Good evening, you guys. The Parkston Trojans, yeah, that's right. They rolled to an 8-0 season and hold the top seed in the 9AA playoffs. Opening round tonight, they hosted Viborg Hurley. And they got things going early. First quarter, option play. Luke Borman, he pitches to Braden Jervik. He extends to the pylon. They take a 12-0 lead early on. And it wasn't just the offense that was eating tonight. Brady Schroedermeyer, he's going to get picked off here by Elliot Leichner.
Wow.
He's going to take that all the way home for
Big
6.
fella
Didn't have very
score.
far to go. And things were working every which way for the Trojans, including through the air. Carter Sommer rolls right, airs one out towards the end zone, scooped up by Mason Jervik, and they were able to scoop up the win, 42-0.
Thank you, sir. To Howard for a battle of the Tigers. Howard hosting Ipswich, so we do know that the Tigers are going to win. Just whose would it be? Well, early on, Ipswich thinking upset. Kyle Hedich takes this one, and he's going to break not 1, not 2, but 3 tackles along the sidelines on his way to a 60-yard house call, and it's 6-0. The visiting Tigers of Ipswich. Didn't take long for the other Tigers to get it going, though. That's Jackson Rimmers into your living room for a 55-yard touchdown run, and we are all squared, and that would get them rolling from there. Rimmers again one more time. He'll get a big block here, as it's going to be 14-6 after the 11-yard run. Actually got big blocks all the way around as Howard rolls in this one, their final score, 60-14.
And finally, the 5th-ranked Elks hosting Britton tonight as they had a heck of a night. Riddick Wesley is going to break a tackle right here, and off he goes for that touchdown. 14-yard run there. Later in the first, on their own 37-yard line, Colt Beck rolls out, can't find anybody, and guess what? 67 yards later, he is gone for the touchdown. That makes it 16-0 now in favor of the Elks. They had a fun time tonight. Beck again dropping back, finding Carson Griffith in the end zone, and Elkton-Lake Benton wins it 52-0. Very impressive in that win. Let's check out your scoreboards now in 9AA. Parkston wins 42-0. Howard 60-14. Hamlin rolls. Wall with that close game. It was Elkton-Lake Benton again winning. Stanley County knocked off by a very good Marion Freeman Academy team.
Hanson heads to
and Layla
Parkston
Frederick.
next week.
That's going to be a dandy. I can't believe Hanson wasn't
too
ranked
low.
higher.
Too low.
And then Platte Geddes, the number 2 seed, even though they're not ranked in the polls, they win 46-6. More 9-man highlights to go. We'll recap 9A and 9B when we finish the show.
Welcome back to Football Friday, sponsored by Trusted Choice, Dakota Bank, South Dakota Department of Health, and South Dakota State University.
And welcome back to our final segment. Highlights from 9B and 9A, starting in Canistota, where they had a little bit of a late start in this game.
Yeah, the 4th-ranked Hawks looking to get back in the win column and turn the lights out on Centerville. Not quite in the way that we imagined there, though. They had a powered outage delay. Only 2 light posts were on. Finally kicked off at 8:16, and the Hawks got going once the thing did kick off. They start the opening drive with a short touchdown run from Caden Scott, and they kept their foot on the gas pedal from there. Tage Ortman with the keeper. He'll scamper into the end zone for 6 as Canistota rolls to the victory and advances on. Final score in this one, 58-6.
All right, to White for Cordell Wright's Deubrook Dolphins against Estelline
White
Hendricks
for
in this
Cordell
one.
Wright.
Yeah, Jackson Quayle gets the handoff, cuts upfield, and now it's off to the races. Guess how far this one was? 86 yards for the touchdown on the power run.
You might want some oxygen after this.
8-0 is your score after that touchdown. Later in the second quarter, Quayle again, a short one this time, just 23 yards, and the Dolphins swim to the win tonight. Your final 45-6. Let's go to your boards and check those out, shall we? Warner wins 57-0. Phillip, Alcester, Hudson, Canistota all win. These are the ranked teams, and this is everybody else. Gregory, Castlewood, Deubrook, and Gregory wins big over Harding County, by the way. And Chester, in a great game, beats Wolsey Wessington.
On to Rickman Field, 9B, where Dell Rapid St. Mary hosted the Battlers of Potter County. Potter County's Ryder Falkenhagen takes the pitch from his quarterback, and he will slice his way through the Cardinal defense all the way to the end zone. It's 16-8. The Battlers get the lead on the road, looking to pull one of the few road wins tonight we had tonight. Then it's Landon Larson dropping back for Potter County and finding Carter Lukens, snatching it out of the sky, heading all the way to the pay dirt. And Potter County gets the big road win, the final 38-22. Let's take a look at more of those 9B scores. Falkton, Big, DeSmet, Avon, Corsica, Stickney. Let's keep rolling. Harriet Selby upset by Gayville Vollen. Hitchcock, Tulare, the defending champs, Kadoka, and Potter County.
Wow.
We'll see you back here
17 games tonight. We'll be back next Thursday.
quarterfinals.
And Minnesota's back on Tuesday and
Iowa tomorrow.